Alright, so imagine the situation. So first, you have to battle against the UK with two World Championship battlers, Ballsy and MC Zany, and two of the sickest bass beatboxers, Sidefx and Griff. Then you have to battle four strong beatboxers from the Netherlands, Ibarra, Timmy, Hurricane the Soundstorm, and eventual Vice World Champion, B-Art. And then finally, you have to battle Vice World Champion Alem, top 8 in the world BMG and Beastie, and the 2-time French champion who defeated Joseph Pulpo, Dawan player. You are Team Germany. What do you do? La Cup 2013, also called the European Nation Beatbox Championship, is one of the awesomest beatbox battles ever. 8 countries faced off in one of the coolest battle formats to determine which region is European champ. Each country brought a team of 4, meaning 32 beatboxers total participated, which included many familiar faces from the world champs, high potential upcomers, and strong regional beatboxers that haven't had as many international battles yet. This event was organized by Kim Motherfucker and hosted by Mike Spawn, semi-finalist in the second World Championship, and Haitian beatboxer B-Flow, who was top 4 in the first American champs. The format was fucking awesome. So all countries are placed in a top 8 bracket. Each beatboxer in one team would face off against a beatboxer from the other team in a solo battle, where each judge vote counts as 3 points, each OT vote counts as 1 point per side. So then after the solo battles, there would be a 4v4 chess clock crew battle, where each team had a total of 4 minutes to perform and would pass the timer to each other using the bell. So this crew battle actually counted for a total of 25 points rather than 15, which the solo battles had. In a battle that had Alem, Ballsy, BMG, Beastie, Vatang, Litos, and MC Zany, who were all battlers in the third World Championship, Team Germany on paper weren't really the favorites going in, but they did have a unique strategy for this competition. So naturally, a lot of teams would just go for the strongest solo battlers available. Team Germany instead built around Vice World Crew Champions Mando and Chlorophyll of 4X samples. So unlike teams like 28 and Mad Twins with their technical skills and high energy beats, 4X samples stood out by battling more with humor, onstage skits, and character, which are all things we would see from future top crews like MOM and Beatbox House. So they then added Robeat, a versatile beatboxer who was not only technical but had a strong variety of sounds that would work well with 4X sample styles. So like animal sounds, for example, or different sounds that you would see in a TV show. And finally, rounding it out, they got Babbly, who is one of the best beatboxers in history and would be able to provide some fat drums for whatever they needed to do in crews. So this is a team that is clearly designed, intentionally or not, to do well in the chess clock crew battle specifically. But between Babbly plus Robeat and Mando, who are both battlers in the second World Championship, they could definitely hold their own in solos too. So keep this in mind as well in this format. Even if the other team beats your team by a little bit in solos, if you win crews, you're still going to win overall because of the 25 points versus 15 points breakdown, unless you really get screwed over by the margin somehow. So let's see how this plays out. Team Germany's first opponent is Team UK, and guess who they send out first? Yep, Ballsy. So how did Team Germany respond? Let's take a look at the options. So did they A, send out Babbly, who historically has pretty hit or miss rounds, but when he hits, he really hits. So this is kind of a risk to see if you could take some points off of Ballsy, maybe beat him, who knows. B, send out Robeat, who's a good solo battler. Maybe he would be, better against the other team members of Team UK to get more points. C, send out Mando, who is also a good solo battler. Same situation as Robeat. Maybe he would be a better matchup against the other Team UK members. Or D, send out Chlorophyll, guarantee the 15-point deficit, and save the other 3 battlers for everyone else. Well, if you guessed D, you are motherfucking right, because that is exactly what they did. This strategy ended up panning out pretty well because even though they had the 15-point deficit from Chlorophyll, Babbly ends up taking it 5-0 against MC Zany. Mando ends up taking his battle with 3 votes, 1 vote for Griff and 1 OT vote. I still think Griff is pretty sick, so definitely check out that battle. I think he's like one of the original sick bass beatboxers. And Robeat takes it 5-0 versus Sidefx, who was a substitute, I believe. Experimental. So that's 3-1 for Team Germany in solo battles. Then they proceed to win the crew battle in a pretty close 3-1-1 vote, which is pretty good for Team UK because they did have a substitute. Once again, Sid Effects substituted for Experimental. So having a close battle in crews with a substitute is a pretty good result. So props to them. I also wanted to mention something that happened on the other side of the bracket at this time, which is during France versus Russia. ZD's vote during Vatam versus Beastie was actually miscounted. So Vatam was supposed to win that battle with 2 votes, 2 OTs, and then 1 vote for Beastie, but ZD's vote for Vatam ended up being counted as an OT. So the battle ended up being a tie. And then in the overall point total, that meant France ended up having more points. If it was counted correctly, that meant that France and Russia would have had a tiebreaker where the captains Beastie and Master Mike would have battled. So a lot of people might look at that and think, oh, Beastie would win that and France would move on anyway, but I wouldn't underestimate Master Mike. I think he's a really solid beatboxer, so I think this could have been a good and close battle to really determine who moves on in a nail-biting way. It's sad to see that this happened to Team Russia. Kim ended up writing an explanation about this happening and was completely transparent, which is great. That's awesome that he was so honest about this. That's an attitude that I wish was there for a lot of the American champions. So semifinals, Team Germany goes up against Team Netherlands next, and they actually lose overall in solos on this one. So each team won 2 battles. Timmy beat Chlorophyll 15-0. BR ends up beating Bavely, and then Mando beats Ibarra, and Roby ends up beating Hurricane in one of the funniest battles I've ever seen.
I got my Uzi back.
Oh, your machine gun? You like? Not? I don't care, yo.
However, because Mando and Ibarra was a closer battle, Team Germany was actually a little bit behind on points. But everything ended up changing in the crew battle because it seemed like Netherlands was much more focused on solos than crews. And this is where Team Germany's focus on the crew battle really started to shine. Team Netherlands during the battle had multiple instances where only 2 people were battling at a time, whereas Team Germany were so thoroughly prepared, they even had some choreography, some skits that they perfectly executed and really hit with the crowd.
Olashen, let's go! Let's go! My finger is on the button.
Push the button.
My finger is on the button.
Push the button.
My finger is on the button.
Push the button.
My finger is on the button. Hey. Can't touch us. Can't touch us. Can't touch us.
So Team Germany ends up taking this crew battle 25 points to none and move on to the finals where they face the final boss, Team France. So I'll ask this question again. When Team France sends Alem out, who does Team Germany send out? Is it A, Bavely, B, Robeat, C, Mando, D, Chlorophyll again, take the 15-point deficit and save everyone else? Well, guess what? It is option D again. Chlorophyll goes against Alem. Other than that, Mando battles BMG and BMG takes it, while Bavely ends up popping off versus Beastie and wins. Roby ends up having the best tournament of his life and gets another 5-0 versus Dawan player. He's the only beatboxer in the whole tournament to get a perfect score, 15-0. Not even Alem got that because he had some closer battles with Pash and Litos earlier in the tournament. This is enough where Team Germany actually beat Team France in solos overall, but there were still crews. Team France ended up doing an interesting strategy where they used up all 4 of their minutes in one go. So this forced Team Germany to do the same. This seemingly didn't really affect Team Germany because they had their material fully prepared for crews. So they just did all their stuff in a normal sequence. So looking at this battle, France has always been a region with good crew battling, and there was a clear style clash between the two teams. France focused more on having high energy battle rounds, and Team Germany focused more on their usual showmanship, you know, with the skits, the humor. So with that being said, who ended up winning?
No problem.
Motherfucker, motherfucker,
Motherfucker. Ça fait 3 mois que dors pas. Motherfucker, motherfucker, motherfucker,
Faites du bruit, s'il vous plaît.
Pour être sûr de ce qui se passe.
Donc,
Calculating. 28. Et pour l'Allemagne. Calculating.
Germany won the first Lockup Beatbox European Championship!
Congrats to Team Germany, your strategy ended up working out. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.